I think every year there seems to be some massive rumors that emerge about a possible acquisition of a gaming company. Last year there was tons of talk about Microsoft possibly purchasing Electronic Arts or Valve. An article in early 2018 from Polygon highlighted the struggles Microsoft has been having with first-party games, which kind of continued here in 2019, yikes, but citing a source from within Microsoft, it was said that the company was looking into acquiring Electronic Arts and there had been whispers about Valve and PUBG Corp also being acquisition targets. About a month following this report, Valve's Gabe Newell finally addressed this rumor in an email in which he denied knowing about Microsoft's interest in purchasing Valve. Anyway, even though none of these companies were purchased, Microsoft still was very active in 2018 with acquiring various game studios. At E3 2018, Phil Spencer, the Xbox head, revealed that they had started a new Santa Monica, California-based studio called The Initiative, which was being headed by Daryl Gallagher, former studio head at Crystal Dynamics of Tomb Raider fame. They had also acquired State of Decay developer Undead Labs, Forza Horizon and likely Fable 4 developer Playground Games, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice developer Ninja Theory, and We Happy Few developer Compulsion Games. But Microsoft was not done, because only a few months later rumors emerged about Microsoft potentially purchasing Fallout New Vegas and KOTOR 2 developer Obsidian Entertainment, which came true with an official announcement in November 2018 from Xbox, which also confirmed they had acquired Wasteland developer Inxile Entertainment. So my point of bringing up Microsoft's busy 2018 was to highlight that maybe there was chatter about purchasing Electronic Arts or Valve. I mean, they certainly have paid big money for game developers and IP in the past, but I think it's clear that the chatter was just that, chatter, and things obviously went in a different direction with many smaller game studios being purchased. This brings us to the report that many of you have been asking me about, and that is there's chatter that Sony may be looking into purchasing Take-Two Interactive, which is the parent company of Rockstar Games and 2K Games. Now, before we proceed into this report, it's important to note this is a rumor and should be treated as just that. Anyway, MarketWatch, an investing website, shook the gaming industry late yesterday when they revealed that Take-Two's shares jumped by about 7%, its best day since October 2018. Joe Colina, head of technology and media trading at Wedbush Securities, referenced rumors about potential takeover interest from Sony and a note to clients. Furthermore, it was also added that Sony was in advanced board-level discussions to acquire Take-Two Interactive in a mostly cash deal that would value the company at $130 a share. So yeah, this was the talk for quite a few hours. Imagine Sony owning Rockstar Games, having control of properties that include Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire, Max Payne, Bully, and Midnight Club, and then you have 2K Games, which has Mafia, BioShock, Borderlands, and NBA 2K, and there's some others. This, simply put, would be a game-changing acquisition by Sony, which would likely mean that any future games coming from Rockstar Games or 2K Games would be PlayStation exclusives, and being that Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold over 100 million copies lifetime and is the most profitable piece of entertainment ever, well, this would be a big deal. Besides just that, you also have Red Dead Redemption 2, a massive single-player experience that has sold 20 million plus copies in just its first few months of release. And then there's NBA 2K, which, say what you want about the monetization, like FIFA, this gaming franchise is consistently in the top 10 games sold every single year. This possibility is something that PlayStation gamers will love, and, well, news that Xbox and PC gamers probably don't wish to hear. But most importantly about rumors is fact-checking and getting to the truth, which GamesIndustry.biz did by reaching out to the claims made by the Wedbush analyst Joel Colina, who stated, "This is purely unconfirmed market speculation that is making the rounds. I am not the source of this story in any regard, and not sure who quoted me, as I didn't speak with anyone over the phone unless someone saw a trading note that I wrote," which is exactly what the MarketWatch writers noted as the source of this rumor. Confirming to GamesIndustry.biz, they stated, "The stock shot up at the start of trade today to lead the S&P 500, and I was simply looking for plausible explanations. Joel's in a good position to know what's moving individual tech stocks, even if they are just rumors. In terms of timing, Take-Two stock was well up before this email went out, so it was not his dissemination of the rumor that sparked the move." The problem with that response is that the reason why Take-Two stock is booming right now could be attributed to the fact that Borderlands 3 was just teased and likely will be announced very very soon, by the end of this month. Looking at the date of that tease, it came on March 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the Take-Two stock saw a minor boost before the market closed for the day, but the following morning things shot up, which could be attributed to this Borderlands 3 tease, and or this massive rumor that Sony could be purchasing Take-Two Interactive. And a GameSpot article Wedbush analyst Kalina further clarified, and he expressed frustration with what he says was a misquote, leading him to be bombarded with calls about the comment. There's nothing behind this story that I've seen. No one has found a source. Market chatter refers to simply what we hear on trading desks. Happens daily, just more surprised this has gone viral like it has. Take-Two Interactive, like they usually have done, have rejected a comment on this rumor, and so far it appears that Sony has denied this rumor. I will admit my reaction to this news was that it's interesting. Even if this was just merely chatter, I find the possibility as something that could change this gaming industry forever. Take-Two Interactive and Sony have always worked closely together. Rockstar Games was at one point developing a PlayStation 3 exclusive Agent, which never officially was cancelled. Kind of vaporware at this point. But more recently with Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games partnered with Sony to feature 30-day exclusive content for those who play the online component on PlayStation 4. So the connection between these companies is there, and Sony just last month emphasized how they want more variety in the future with the games that they are releasing on PlayStation. In an interview with Business Insider, Sony's chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios, Sean Layden, spoke to Business Insider, and within part of this interview, he was asked about what aspects they need to improve on, and he responded by first highlighting the amazing single-player experiences that they've been able to deliver, which includes games like The Last of Us, God of War, and Horizon Zero Dawn. But then finally, he gave a proper answer to this question, saying, what we don't do so much in is multiplayer, and later he would further elaborate by saying, I was referencing more with the games like Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, or you look at Call of Duty or Fortnite, or any of those experiences. Worldwide Studios, like I say, we've been going really heavy into story-driven gaming, the power of the narrative, big spectacular experiences, but not a whole lot on the multiplayer side of things, I think. That's an area where you will likely see us start to make more noise in the new term. Now, this is just my thinking, but creating noise would be acquiring studios who develop popular multiplayer experiences. Grand Theft Auto Online and NBA 2K are two of the biggest multiplayer experiences in all of gaming, coming from Take-Two Interactive. My curiosity is, how will Sony accomplish their mission of featuring some massive multiplayer experiences in the future? Will they move some of their studios in different directions, or will they make a big move, like a big acquisition? When I think about PlayStation exclusives, I think about huge single-player adventures, and I just wonder, will Guerrilla Games make a multiplayer mode for Horizon Zero Dawn 2, or will they be strictly multiplayer-focused games coming from who? That's really my question. Who's going to be making these games? What studio under PlayStation will be making noise with multiplayer? Anyway, while I personally don't believe Sony is purchasing Take-Two Interactive, I do find this chatter rather interesting just because where there's smoke, there's typically fire. Sony does appear to have just enough money to make a move like this happen, but it's really the question of if they would. Personally, as someone who advocates for consumers, I don't like the idea of more exclusivity, just because if this were to happen, it makes me wonder if Microsoft may answer by gobbling up another publisher, which could be Electronic Arts. But my thoughts on this really have been scattered throughout this video because this is something I never gave thought to. But for now, even considering in some ways this makes sense, there is no real sources to the story, which is why this should be treated with the smallest of grains of salt, but even so, never say never. Every year, there's something crazy that happens in gaming or entertainment. Google's joining the gaming industry, Disney is about to own 21st Century Fox, and there have been rumors of Apple potentially buying up some major gaming publishers like Activision Blizzard soon. So a future with some of gaming's largest publishers right now, Electronic Arts, Activision Blizzard, or Take-Two Interactive being gobbled up by bigger companies is honestly never out of the question. And I'd say it's more than likely Apple or Amazon or Google make an acquisition move of one of these companies to cement their position within this industry, which is only growing and getting larger and larger. Microsoft has already made various moves throughout 2018 ensuring a brighter future for Xbox. And the question with Sony is, how much control do they want PlayStation to hold in the long-term future? Because with the purchase of a company like Take-Two, if everything works out and both sides agree, that could be like the control Disney holds over the movie industry right now. But yeah, definitely this Take-Two and Sony situation is something that I never expected or gave any thought to, but right now, thinking about it more and more, maybe I should have. Anyway, what do you make of this rumor coming from the finance world, and how do you imagine a Sony-owned Rockstar Games if that were to ever happen? Just a fun fact, but years ago, I think it was 2008, Electronic Arts almost purchased Take-Two Interactive, which they could have had control of Grand Theft Auto. Imagine that, Electronic Arts having control of Grand Theft Auto. Can only imagine what this franchise would have gone through and the games that would have been produced if it was under EA. But anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and make sure to follow my other social media accounts for updates on new videos. Links are always down in the description below. I'm most active on Twitter giving opinions on news that I don't always get into video form, so make sure to follow me over there. Also check out my Discord for all sorts of discussion on games. And again, thank you for joining. Consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.